everybody, and welcome back to another Superstar Sunday. Go back a little bit. There we go. Welcome back to another Superstar Sunday video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a cook with me. I just recently went to the grocery store and I got some stuff to make, like a taco salad. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to make that today. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it and you guys can either cook along with me, or maybe you're making something different, but you'll have an idea for next time if you have hankering for some kind of Mexican food, some kind of, well, Americanized Mexican food, because, it's not going to be authentic. But if you have a hankering for something that's like, kind of like Taco Bell-ish, like that vibe, but you don't want to go out and spend money at fast food restaurants, or you're trying to eat a little bit healthier or something like that, then you can do this. So let's go ahead and get right into the. So for the taco salad, what you're going to be using, and you could use your own brand of things. I just have a Kroger near me, so I got the Kroger sour cream because it was like $1.29. This meat was $1.25. It doesn't say the specific like expiration date, but I'm guessing it's either today or tomorrow. That's usually the only reason they mark it down so low, is if it's like about to expire. So I have 2 packs of these, but I'm gonna cook them all up and then freeze them. What I don't use tonight, I'll freeze part of it, but I'm just gonna cook one for the video. And then I have this classic iceberg salad. You can use any kind of salad you want if you want to make your own salad. Um, excuse me, if you want to get your own salad and like uh, just get a head of lettuce and chop up the lettuce and like put your own carrots or whatever in, you can do that too. This is just, I figured I have like 4 of these bags in there, so I bought them specifically to do things like this, or like chicken salad or things like that. I got this traditional salsa. All of this is like Kroger brand stuff, except for this one. This one's Walmart brand. But like the salsa, the sour cream, and the meat all came from Kroger. This is salt, obviously, but this is like just from Food Lion, I think, or is it Giant? No, Food Lion. Fine, sorry, Food Lion. That's just to season this meat. I got ground chuck, so it's like really lean. Um, which means it definitely is expiring today, because meat that's like mostly meat and not fat is usually more expensive. Um, because it's more of the actual animal and less of just like fat to make it look like there's more. This is just some vegetable oil, and you're gonna need that because this has very little fat in it. You will need a little bit of that. Now, if you have one that's a higher amount of fat, you might not need to use oil, or you might need to use less. But I'm gonna be using some vegetable oil. All right, guys. So, oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You can kind of see a lot better than I thought you're going to be able to. So that's good. I was like, I don't know if it's going to be too far away because of my camera setup, but you guys can't see my face, but you know how we do with the cooking. It's usually not my face. It's usually just what I'm cooking. I'm actually going to do like I guess it would be a time lapse of this next part, like the actual cooking parts, just because I'm going to be doing some other things while the meat is cooking, and you don't want to get in trouble for copyright issues because I'm going to have like music or YouTube in the background. So the first thing you want to do is you want to open up the pack here. Technically, you should have turned the stove on by now, but I just forgot. I'm gonna kind of have to do this video a little bit fast because I'm supposed to be going to my life group and I have to leave in like an hour. So I wanted to eat before I left, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. So I might have to eat when I get there because they don't really mind. So you can go ahead and put it in now, which is what I'm gonna do. But if you had been smarter than me and heated up the stove when you were gathering the rest of your ingredients, it would have already been cooking by now, but that's okay. We'll just get it cooking and then show you what else to do. So this is really the hardest part right here, and it's even that's not that difficult, is cooking the meat. So you're really just browning it, and then you want to add a little bit of salt. I always measure it out in my hand because I'm always worried that if I don't, it's going to go everywhere. So just put, a little bit in there. and sprinkle it all over the meat. And you can hear that's already starting to cook. And I broke it up when I put it in there, but you could put it in as one chunk and then break it up, whichever is like easiest. You want it to be ground up because it's going to be like what you would put on tacos, so it has to be kind of small. Like that. If you have like onion or peppers, like red green peppers, you can use those as well. What I like to do, this does two things. This does two things, putting a lid on it. A, it makes it a little bit quieter, and B, it helps to cook it more evenly, so you don't have parts of it like burn in before the other part is cooked, because it traps in the heat and then it kind of cooks all around the meat as opposed to just cooking the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and leave that there and let it do its thing. And when it's done, I'll come back and show you how to construct the taco bowl. Better. So you can see how there's a little bit of pink in it, but most of it's pretty brown. At this point, you can go ahead and you can turn it down a little bit. Go ahead and break it up, because once it starts cooking, it will stick back together a little bit. So you'll want to go back and break this up. And it doesn't look the same as like typical, like what you think of as like ground beef, like when you have the red stuff that you put together to form hamburgers. It looks different, and I believe it's just because it's a different part of the cow that makes it look like this. Because it's not I didn't buy what you would usually buy for like making homemade hamburgers or putting in chili or something like that, because it was more expensive. So I just bought this. And if you see that, you can look through. It looks like a little pink like here and there, but for the most part, it's done. And I'm not worried about a little bit of pink, because it's a hamburger and not pork or chicken. So we'll turn this off, and then when we're doing our next part, that'll cook up the tiny little pieces of like pink that was in there. So you take out a strainer, and we're gonna strain it now. And this, it looks kind of like I'm doing a vlog now because of the way I've got this set up, but I just wanted to be able to show you guys what I was doing. So, and then dump it in there. Now, if you had a lot of grease in your frying pan, you wouldn't want to dump it in because the grease will clog your drain. But because most of what was on there was just water with the meat and like a small amount of oil, it's all right. And you can see like that down there, most of that is just like water from the meat being cooked. And to keep this from dripping everywhere, I'm just going to put it back in the frying pan. But let's move the frying pan off of the hot burner so it stops kind of cooking. And at this point in time, you would like taste the meat to make sure it was seasoned enough. We did put some salt in it at the beginning, but I want to make sure it's got enough salt. It's okay that I'm manhandling it. I'm the only one going to eat this. Like a little more salt. The only problem with like seasoning it beforehand is you can't always tell if it's going to be enough, because you don't want to just like necessarily start eating the raw beef to see if it's like seasoned enough, because A, that's disgusting, and B, it's not the healthiest solution. So now we got our meat set up, and we can go ahead and construct our salad. All right, now since I'm probably going to eat this salad, I'm going to try to eat it now, but just in case I have to eat it to go, I'm going to put it in a Tupperware container. But if you have time to eat at your house and you want to make it look a little bit classier, you can use a bowl or one of those like bowl plate combinations. to take your salad, and your salad's going to be on the bottom, so it's going to be kind of like a tortilla. Or some people use chips for this. You make like tacos out of chips, so you're going to put the salad in. And how much you put in is strictly based on how much you want. It doesn't have to be a specific amount. Okay. Now that you have the amount that you want. Oh, I forgot one thing. Cheese. Okay. Now we're going to put the meat on top of the salad. Again, it's just however much you want. You can do a little bit. You can do a lot of it. Depends on how you're feeling. Just kind of. That's what I got so far, but I might put a little bit more on. Doesn't look like a lot, especially with all of the huge bed of lettuce on the bottom. There we go. So that's kind of like the view. And now I'm gonna put the cheese on top. I know with like a typical taco, you would probably put the cheese on. You put it on after the sour cream, right? I think so. But because on a taco, everything's kind of warmed up, it will melt the cheese. But because this is a salad, there's only one warm component, which is the meat. So we're just gonna put the cheese on top of the meat so it'll melt. And then we'll put the sour cream on top of that. And you can see because I put that in the wrap. Alright. Just open up your container. Maybe get out a spoon. Or you can use a fork. I might actually do that since I can just use it afterwards to eat it with. So go ahead and... Nope, that didn't work. I was trying to like put it on and then spread it around, but the cheese is acting up. And you don't have to put it on the whole thing. You can just put it on part of it, and then when you're eating it, it'll kind of mix it together. Same with like the salsa. You don't have to put it all over the top. If you want to, you can, but otherwise you can just put it part of it. And I actually have to switch you guys out here because right now you're sitting on the salsa, so we're gonna have to sit you on the sour cream. Oops, there we go. There we go, perfect. And then take your salsa. Now I wouldn't recommend using the same fork in it because the sour cream is dairy and it'll spoil, and then your salsa will go bad, and salsa can last quite a bit longer than sour cream can because it's usually just tomatoes and onions as opposed to the dairy. So that's what it looks like. I'll give you guys an overview. So that's what it looks like. It's not the prettiest presentation. Had I done it in a bowl, it may have looked like a little bit neater, but I wasn't really going for neatness because I'm just hungry because I haven't eaten anything but like half a bagel all day. So, but yeah, that's what it looks like, and I'm gonna go eat this.